Hey guys, welcome to another episode in the deep playthrough of Hitman World of Assassination. Finally, previous episode we completed Mumbai. Wait, it's a little bit loud in my head. I hardly hear myself speak due to the background music. Let's first, we will now be starting Whittleton Creek, I think it's called. Anyways, now it's a little bit more manageable, the music. Anyways, it's not that I really wanted to be done with it, but it really was a major long exploration phase in Mumbai. It's a huge level. It's a very, it's an amazing level, I must say. Variety, density, it's super. But at one point, I also wanted to progress a bit. And then at the end, I had quite some troubles with getting Silent Assassin on several of the Assassination setups, but eventually it all did work out, so I look fondly back on that level. Of course, also some frustration with the game generally being unstable. I'm not sure whether it's my PC or the game, but I had many crashes and also lots of footage being corrupted and destroyed in the process during the crashes. So that was a little bit of a bummer, but I don't think that is necessarily only Mumbai. That was also in previous levels, but Mumbai had it quite a lot, I have to say. Anywho, yeah, I'm still really almost conditioned to go back into Mumbai because I've been doing it for so long now. But it is over. We did even achieve 20 out of 20 mastery level. Not all the challenges yet. There were some in the previous episode that I really, when quickly reviewing the challenges or mission stories, that I really was like, yeah, but I already did that. And indeed, in between episodes I checked online. I did do them, but maybe because I did it over and over, I cancelled out cutscenes, and maybe you have to watch the full cutscene for it to trigger, I don't know, but there were two of them, Picture Perfect I think it's called, and one with the painter, that the painter notes. The painter is, I did make use of the painter in an Assassination, but actually not taking the painter disguise or disguising myself as the painter and then getting the kill. I only facilitated the existing painter in the level to complete with the kill. So, sorry, I'm a little bit ranting, but off track. But that challenge, it was logical that I didn't get it. But for instance, the Picture Perfect, I should have gotten it. I have no idea why not. But basically, a lot of challenges completed, not all of them. That's also not the objective. It is just going through the levels thoroughly, at least getting all the areas explored. And then during exploration, maybe also setting up some fun, easy kill opportunities that come by. And then afterwards, after exploration, going really, knowing the level relatively okay, going in for the Silent Assassin Master difficulty, level 5-star results. Anywho, that was a lot of blabbering out of my mouth. For the USA, Whittleton Creek, we already saw this introductory movie in the previous episodes. Now, I'm not sure whether we also saw this one, so let's check it out.
We were going to tear it all down. The Institute, Providence, everyone who'd ever hurt us. We failed. The partners grew paranoid, made sure that Ortmeyer's children would never challenge them again. I'm the only one who got away unchanged. The only one left who remembers.
Ortmeyer was Providence.
Everything he did to us, everything he made us do, it all leads back to them.
I'm breaking more rules than I care to count, Mr. Gray. What's your play?
The partners hide behind a cloak of anonymity. Only one man knows their true identities. Your client, the top controller, the one they call the Constant. He is the key.
But he is untraceable. So what am I missing?
A man would come to the Institute. A man with a Providence pin. The first constant. If we find him, if he's still alive, he's our way in.
You don't know who he is, but 47 does. That's what this reunion is all about.
Show them.
You're just gonna hand it over. Our one bargaining chip.
Olivia.
Fine. 47's memory was erased, irreversibly at the time. But after Ortmeyer's death, his estate was acquired by the Ether Corporation. And they made an antidote.
It's a long shot, I know.
This is not how it works. We don't just join the revolution. ICA is neutral. We don't take sides.
I hate to break it to you, lady, but neutrality is a side. It's the side of the status quo.
People have died. Civilians. You align yourself with terrorists, murderers.
Sometimes even monsters serve a purpose.
Look.
Enough. You have a choice. But I made mine a long time ago. I will finish what I started.
Subject 47. Most gifted of all my boys. So you're the pick of the litter. Tell me about the incident. The subject ran away. He and another boy. The instigator was punished accordingly. As were all the neighbors. My men did what needed to be done. It won't happen again. Bring your house in order, Doctor. You won't like the alternative.
I remember who he is.
Wow, pretty radical, because this is one of the basic premises of the whole Hitman series is his amnesia, right? He doesn't know how he became such a robotic killer, so to say. He has only one purpose, being a hitman. What the hell is this, by the way? I don't even remember this one. Or do I? One moment. Ah, yes, I
Mission
do.
status. Columbia assignment successful. Tactical targets neutralized. Militia transport network disabled. Location of primary target unknown. Team chasing several leads. End message. Encrypt and send.
She goes to her family's grave, I think. Yes. Alright, we already saw that one. But anyway, it's pretty radical that he regained his memory. Of course, the question is, how much does he remember? Only like snippets? Or you would expect, if he remembers everything, that it could really change him, so to say. Anywho, here we go. Let's also read the bios.
Gentlemen, let's go over the plan. The first constant is none other than Janus, the legendary Cold War spy master. A KGB senior officer and head of the 6th Column Special Branch at Lubyanka, Janus is a certified genius and expert of counterintelligence. He retired from the KGB in 1988 when he fell out of favor with the Kremlin and defected to the US. Shortly after, the Soviet Union collapsed. Now, It is unclear when Janus stepped down as the Constant, but since 2004, he has been a resident of a quiet community in suburban Vermont. Mr. Gray.
Right. So here's the catch. As an elite KGB agent, Janus was trained to withstand interrogation and torture. No amount of pressure will force him to disclose information he doesn't want to. Instead, we will need to search his home for clues. But if Providence learns of our presence, the game is up.
So we frame Janus, make Providence think he was the real Shadow Client.
Correct. I will file a false ICA report, claiming to have traced a number of calls from Janus's house to the Institute in Romania. The case will seem clear. Mr. Gray was only a figurehead. Janus was pulling the strings all along. And by eliminating him, we will have neutralized the militia, once and for all.
However, for this subterfuge to work, you'll also need to deal with Janus's security detail. A Providence herald and former Secret Service agent by the name of Nolan Cassidy. Intel describes him as diligent and inquisitive, and we cannot risk that he contradicts our story to his employer.
Seems workable.
I certainly hope so. Everything depends on this next move, 47. You made this our fight. Now let's even the playing field.
Alright, I still have a little bit of a hard time getting the whole story in the series, the Hitman 1 and the Hitman 2 so far, wrapped in my mind with the Institute, Providence, the ICA, Janus, Marcus Gray or Mr. Gray, whatever his first name is. I'm not really sure who is playing who, but it is a pretty cool story, I think. Maybe after I finish the whole game, I will read up on it. And I find it very cool that the guy, the Gray guy, actually is on our side now. Because from earlier cutscenes where he appeared and he was made out to be like this shadowy antagonist, even then I already thought like there's more to him. He's a pretty cool dude, and he's indeed a cool dude. He's like the blood brother of 1847. He's Agent 6, I think. Anyways, I want to say quickly read the bios, but often they're quite long, but they do provide really nice background context to the mission, so I have to read them. Janus was this is by the way, just Janus. Janus was the KGB's legendary Cold War spy master and the first constant of Providence. Janus's true origins is a mystery, mainly because he had records carefully erased. Some say he was born in Belarus, the son of humble farmers, while others insist that he is of communist royalty, the bastard son of Nikita Khrushchev. The variety of myths surrounding him only add to his legend. Everyone agrees, however, that Janus was a master of deception and counterintelligence, perhaps the most gifted spy of the 20th century, and he performed his duties with zeal and commitment. During the Cold War, Janus headed the 6th Column Special Branch at Lubyanka, and remains the only KGB spy master to place sleeper agents in the top echelons of both Langley and MI6. In 1979, when the Soviet ambassador to the US planned to defect to the West, it was Janus who ingeniously ordered chess master Jasper Knight to poison the ambassador with ricin-coated chess pieces during a private match. Janus then orchestrated Knight's escape through communist Cuba, but in reality set him up for an assassination to cover up activities surrounding one of Janus's spy schools, which was taking root in the US. But then Janus himself also defected, right? Because the whole Jasper Knight's assassination, that was one of the levels, the tutorial levels, the ICA training levels in Hitman 1 in Cuba, where you put him in a jet fighter and then you can kill him by sabotaging the ejector seat. Alright. Alright, but so he was behind Jasper Knight's assassination? I don't really understand. And also the fact that he says to cover up activities surrounding one of Janus's spy schools, which was taking root in the US. So he was already in the US at the time, but does it say anywhere in this section that he defected? It only says during the Cold War he was a good KGB agent, and then he ordered Jasper Knight to poison the Russian ambassador who was about to defect. So then he was still on Russia's side, because that would be in Russia's interest. Then he orchestrated Knight's escape to communist Cuba, so still a link with Russia. But then at the end he assassinated him because Janus himself has spy schools in the US. I don't really understand. When did Janus defect himself? However, Janus's career in global espionage was only the tip of the iceberg. After Brezhnev's ascent to power, Janus came to view the Cold War as pointless. He knew that defecting was not going to be the solution. The Americans were just as narrow-minded and self-absorbed. The problem was politics itself. This is when he was approached by Providence, who offered an appealing alternative. An organization of enormous power and influence, but uninhibited by political, ideological, and national interests. A third way. Janus secretly became the first constant of Providence. He supervised Otto Wolfgang Ortmeyer's Institute for Human Betterment and met Subject 47 in his childhood. In 1988 he left the KGB after... Alright, 88 he left the KGB. And the Jasper Knight story was around 79. He left the KGB after running afoul of the then administration. A year later, the Soviet Union collapsed. After the 1989 riots at the Institute, Janus was the one. But one question. So he became member of, or even the boss, or the constant of Providence. Well, I think he was still in Russia, well, still aligned, or mostly aligned to Russia. He did not really make a move to the US, I guess. Yet. After the 1989 riots at the Institute, Janus was the one who forced Ortmeyer to submit the remaining subjects to a neural procedure known as the wipe, erasing their memories and emotions, effectively creating Agent 47 as we know him. Afterwards, Ortmeyer tried to get revenge on Janus and sent 47 after him, but the assassination failed. Providence considers him harmless, but the Constant still keeps a few heralds on Janus' detail to make sure that no sensitive information leaks from the old man. Alright, so there's a new Constant currently. Janus was the first Constant, and the current Constant keeps him in check. Alright, sorry for the blathering and the thinking out loud what I was doing in between reading it, but I just tried to get my head wrapped around it. Alright, Nolan Cassidy is a Providence herald and answers to the Constant. Born into a military family, Nolan Cassidy grew up and around military bases around the US. He enlisted at the age of 18, saw some action in Kosovo and came out with several medals. He wanted to do more for his country, however, and joined the Secret Service's protective branch in 2000. Cassidy was on duty when Vice President Daniel Morris was assassinated in 2005. He was subsequently let go and went to work as a security consultant for the infamous Moreno cartel, one of Providence's important South American assets. Here, he made a favorable impression and was recruited as herald for the southern US and Latin America territory. He adapted well to his new corporate life and excelled in a range of roles for over a decade. However, when the attacks on Providence began, that is by the Shadow Client, Shadow Client indeed. The Constant assigned Cassidy to Janus' security detail due to his background as a bodyguard, but babysitting a bitter old spy in a spyless suburban environment is the last thing Cassidy wants, let alone being the butt of the old man's constant abuse. Nolan Cassidy is a soft-spoken, intense person, a stickler for the rules with an almost militaristic approach to discipline. He's lost only one man while the job and aims to keep it that way. Stoic and patient, he demands extreme discipline from his men. He takes his job very seriously, too seriously in fact, at least in the eyes of Janus. Since his recent arrival, he's beefed up security substantially, to the point where the residents of Whittleton Creek have begun to notice. Alright, cool, so these are the two targets. We will be starting with standard equipment. I find putting all kinds of syringes and sniper rifles in the level feels a bit like cheating to me. Of course it isn't, but yeah. Let's put it back to master. I only put it to professional to get some mission story descriptions after finishing Mumbai, because I was wondering why I didn't get some of them cleared. And on master difficulty, mission story descriptions are disabled. So I had to revert, but now we go back to master difficulty level. Only one save. HUD, mostly everything turned off, and I have a mod installed that also removes any remaining button prompts, which are kept in the game even if you disable every in-game HUD menu. So yeah, we are ready to go. Here we go. Find clues in and around Whittleton Creek to uncover the connection between Janus and Providence.
Whittleton Creek, Vermont. On the surface, a picture-perfect suburban dream. Wide roads, golden maple trees, and verdant lawns. Most residents here are white-collar professionals, ranging from university staff to government employees.
Most, but not all. Janus's unpresuming home is protected by a host of bodyguards, and intel shows that the fragile former constant rarely leaves the property.
Nolan Cassidy, on the other hand, roams the neighborhood streets. A recent arrival, the dutiful Providence Herald is busy making threat assessments and settling in with his security team.
Now remember, this is about more than just revenge. Janus is the key to bring down Providence. So get in there and find us a lead.
Good luck, 47.
Right, I found that what's his name again? Nolan Cassidy, his suit was weirdly reflective. And also, this is really these windmills, I hate them. My country, my home country, in Europe, it's littered with them, and I really wonder their net output with all the materials that are needed to create them and that need to be discarded off after their life cycle. And basically also ruining the landscape view, which is also something you have to consider. I hate them. Anyways, but this level I really look forward to, because this really reminds me of that level in, I don't know what it was, Hitman Absolution or something. That also you had like this suburban environment. Let me quickly check what the name was. Hitman Iconic Suburban level, where you also had like a swimming pool and a barbecue. A New Life, Hitman Blood Money. I'm pretty sure that's it. One moment, let me double check. New Life. Images. Yes, that's it, indeed. You had the clown costume, and you had that van, indeed. I remember it quite well. It was a really long time ago. How long was Hitman Blood Money? It must be 10 years ago at least. more, I would say. 2006. Holy shit, time flies. So that is yeah, we are now, it's May 2006, so it is 17 years ago. Almost 17 years ago. Can you imagine? Time flies. I'm an old bastard. Anyways, it really reminds me of that. Let's see. This is a invisible wall. Right, let's US now, what does it say? The global innovation race in complete turmoil. I really like these details. That was the Miami level where we obviously took out some peoples, and which is now front page news. And man, the frame rate is a lot better here as compared to Sapienza or Mumbai. Logical, with much less NPCs. Hello, mister. Man, I would like to live in such an American suburb. Really looks peacefully. Anywho, let's check the map. Holy shit. This is all zoomed out. It looks pretty zoomed in. Alright, so it's basically a square. And I assume that the dark grey houses we cannot enter and the light grey ones we can. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 houses to enter. Where are we? We are over here. Alright, let's first check out the roads and get these unexplored icons out of the way. How many levels are there? I like it that compared to Mumbai, this is much more manageable in size and focus, so to say. There are not like 8 levels like you had, I think, where was that? That was in Mumbai because of the tower that was there as well. I think you had like, it went up to level 7 or something. Anyways, we have, of course, level 2 are the attics, level 1 are the attics in the house, level 0 ground floor, and then we also have a couple of basements. So all the houses seem to have basements up to a 2nd level. Nice lady, foxy lady. It was a foxy lady. I also really like these wooden signs, very characteristic. Don't really see them in country where I'm from, or at least I never really noticed them. The Netherlands. Alright, Helen's Muffin Kitchen. Man, this is a real fun change of pace compared to Mumbai.
These are the best muffins I ever had. I'm supposed to meet a client for a house showing today, but I can't stop eating. Maybe you know him, Mr. Nolan Cassidy?
Can't say that I do.
Well, he's interested in the Schmidt house down the road. You know, the one that police shut down after the, well, incident.
I'm not really from around here, senor. I don't know anything about that.
Ah, I see. Well, never mind. He can wait a little longer. I need to squeeze a couple more of these beauties down.
Hola, senor. Feel free to taste one of our sample muffins. Ellen's muffins are the best in town, and they're free every Saturday.
Free every Saturday? Anyways, this is a real estate broker.
Strange.
I'm sure that is a way to get to Cassidy. Alright, also nice, we can hide out in the shrubbery. And let's see, I think all the houses to the right, yeah, we cannot enter these houses. At least I don't think so. See if maybe something can still be deposited here or left. Also the music in this game, it's amazing, it's so fitting. Also in Mumbai, there were certain moments when you entered like the railway yards or the sewers, that the music kicked in, that it really was very well done. Right. This is police dude, I guess. And just like here, the music here, very tranquil and peaceful, really fits the environment, and also the music itself. I like it. The tunes themselves are very good, and also this is very déjà vu or nostalgic for me, like one of these commercial vans. This really is. You also had one of these. I think it was a disinfectant or like a critter cleaning service. I'm not quite sure, or maybe it was the clown service, like a party service. But you in a new life in that Hitman Blood Money level, where this one I think is based upon, or not based upon, but references.
Everything looks good.
You also had that van, which was quite iconic. And of course the reflections, the ray trace reflections.
Station 4, all clear.
Or I'm not sure whether that is like... you also have not ray trace reflections, I forgot the name, but for regular reflections, screen space reflections, I think those are also quite good in the Hitman series. Alright, we can let some water flow. Let's also check over here, you never know. What does it say? Morgans, Burlington Morgans. Only I knew what it was. Anywho, you can find stuff here, like a wrench. This could be my house with some wrenching going on. And it almost feels like I'm in an American suburb. Oh. Somebody is getting suspicious. I'm not sure who. Ah, we can conceal an item here. Pretty handy. Fertile Max. Newspaper. I'm not sure what we can do with it, except smacking somebody over the head. Non-lethal. Yeah, you can use it as a non-lethal weapon. Ah, I can actually get over there. Pretty...
Hey, you! I don't like your face. What are you up to?
What the hell? I didn't do anything.
Sir? Sir?
Right, let's take him out.
Do not move another muscle!
Alright, let's take him out.
Hey! What kind of outfit do you think that is? You are a moron if you think I don't see through that outfit. Hands behind your head, big boy.
Outfit? I'm not even wearing an outfit.
Easy.
Alright, thank you very much. We are only exploring, so it really doesn't matter whether if we are not silent assassin anymore. This could actually help. Although I do think that the other officer over there may also be a enforcer. But he's looking the other way. So what can we do here? They're busy with... I don't know what it is, gas or whatever. Alright, this is a pickup to store some items probably. You can unlock that pickup point. For the rest, I really don't see that much here. Let's see if that other cop
Vern is your friend.
is an enforcer. Yes, I think I heard a suspicious sound. So he sees through the disguise. Alright, we can also become a gardener. Man, this is really, I really feel like relief that being out of the slums in Mumbai.
My property. I need it to get rid of an aggressively invasive mole in this poor old man's backyard.
Calm down, Demolition Man. Unless it's a flesh-eating mutant mole, you don't need explosives. We're gonna keep them safe in our trunk until you produce that license, okay?
Ah, come on, man. It's standard procedure. You stuff the holes, and then you blow up the tunnel system so it collapses. Look it up on YouTube.
Sir, if the American police force looked to YouTube as guiding principle for standard procedure, I'm pretty sure civilization would have collapsed a long time ago.
God damn it.
Alright, I have to watch out that he doesn't see through my disguise. So this guy has some block hole.
Sir?
He had some explosives in the back of that the police, I think, confiscated and put in the back of their truck. So would that be that truck over there? Is he putting it in there? Yes. So if we want explosives, we can remote CX demo block. Thank you very much. No parking, bus stop. Really nice, this detail. You can actually see the arrival and departure times. Some kind of a candle thingy. Ah, we can... Is this one of the houses? Ah, so these houses we can all enter. Let's do that later. Let's do first the roundabout tour, circumvent the houses.
But when your target's seen by your neighbor's dim-witted son, they're all like, "Sorry, sir, I'm afraid we need more evidence."
Alright, gardener. I think you can use a rake to cannot really drop it down.
Home stretch.
Pretty sure you can use a rake. Not sure why I cannot put it down. In somebody's path, and then you can knock them out. Pretty funny. Pretty sure if that woman comes jogging around again, that she will step on it and it will knock her out. Anywho, what was I saying? I don't even remember. Yeah, let's first do the circumventing of the area and then we go into the houses. So you can have a lot of conceal options here. You can also be a garbage man. So not only a gardener, but also a garbener. Garbage dude. We already checked this one out. Nothing much here. Actually pretty big level still. Anything here? Nope. Pretty cool boat. Right, and the houses also have pretty unique flags.
I swear to God, you're gonna have to get my shoes surgically extracted from your pasty clenched butthole, bucko. Oh, it's gonna be a real goddamn procedure for you. I'm sure of that.
Right, that was a little bit low volume. We could poison the guy if we wanted to.
Get off the goddamn lawn, shithead!
Whittleton Creek spikes. And what is that? Right. It had like...
Hey, you get the hell off that craft, you hear me?
Now he's just sitting there most of the day.
A
I don't
fish
know what he's reading,
was
but it
on the
looks
flag.
like it's the most interesting thing he's ever come across.
The new Cassandra Snow novel, maybe. Slivers of Past Shimmers, or something like that. See, my wife's reading it now. I can't get her to do anything around the house.
No, it's not a novel. I think it's a journal, or a diary. He's one of the security people working over at that old Russian guy's house. It's gotta be something from the old man's archives.
Huh.
If that's one of Janus's diaries,
tosses it out
it
after
might contain some important information about
That's
his
how I get most
past.
of my books these days.
Our past.
Or maybe something that can help us locate the constant.
I really find the voice acting selection is impeccable in Hitman. Diana's voice really has some gravitas to it. But also this Agent 6, this grey guy, he's amazing, I find. Both of them. Especially in unison. Right, so we have the garbage truck. Let's also quickly check out these houses on this side. So we have a pretty epic boat. Man, I wish I had the time and the money to just have a boat like that and chill out on the water. This house is probably inaccessible. Yes, so the house with the boats, there's really nothing here. Oh, hitting the 45-minute marker. God damn it. I'm again running out of time. Such a bummer. Sunday evening. Oh, somebody is... You see? That was... That was her. She got knocked out because of the rake. But that was an accident. Too bad we didn't spot it. God damn it. Super funny. I didn't think of that myself. It was actually, I saw that on a YouTube vid. Not that I tried to.
Yeah,
Man, please help!
Don't get me wrong, but I hope we never meet again.
I try to avoid spoilers. But yeah, I
Hey,
saw
I need help.
a clip of this level.
Come on, tell me.
I've seen a really horrible accident.
I'll look into it.
And then I saw indeed that lady with the rake, super funny. I do think that that guy over there is an enforcer.
Command, you there? Looks like someone had a bad accident.
Let's check it out from a distance. Whether we hear the suspicion sounds.
Come on, snap out of it. Get on your feet.
Definitely getting there.
Yes.
What is this? Did you do this? Did you do this?
Christ's sakes.
Alright, that guy for sure is an enforcer.
Pass the ball.
Man, having this good of a frame rate is also... It's not only the location that feels quite liberating, but also the frame rate. Very nice change of pace.
I can't believe I forgot the GPS. Boss is gonna be so pissed.
Alright, he forgot the GPS. This is Postman. What does it say? Plumbing with a smile. He's a plumber. But then after this we have the Ark Society. I'm a little bit, I don't know what, how that level will turn out. It's quite bigger. Don't really like the first sight of that, like really like the Illuminati kind of vibe going on in the castle. It could be very cool, I don't know. But then after that we have New York and Haven Islands, and I'm also really looking forward to those. So it's really nice balance or mixed up these levels. You have like a huge level in Mumbai, then a little bit smaller in Whittleton Creek, then a bigger one in the Ark Society. I think it's Scotland or Ireland, I don't even know where it is. And then two smaller ones, or a smaller one in New York. And apparently, I played it very briefly 2 years ago. I don't really remember, but apparently Haven Island is also quite big.
You know what I like about you guys? You're just so chill. Not like Janet. I have never met a man so full of bile. I mean, I'm just trying to help him, and he's behaving like a complete ass. All right, I better go. You know, it's like he knows that I know that he's hiding something, and he's enjoying that I can't figure out what it is. I know it sounds crazy because he looks like any fragile old man, but I think, no, I'm sure he's messing with me.
All right, so that's the, I think the doctor of Janus, who is feeding the ducks, which I also really like to do. There are actual ducks, so nice. I'm a big bird fan myself. Alright, we could have taken him out and hid his body in here, I'm pretty sure. Nothing much here for the rest. There, by the way, there's also, it's not only Haven Island, and then there was,
You know what I like about you guys?
there's also another island which was a DLC level, I think, a bit of a pirate themed island. which I don't think it's really in the main menu. It's again that very convoluted menu of this game, but it's hidden somewhere in a DLC section or something.
That Janice's oddball nurse is at it again.
Oh yeah, the bird guy.
I think he comes early, just to chat with the birds. Spends more time with them than he does with Janice.
A couple of weeks ago, I walked past him and I have to tell you, he gets into some pretty personal stuff with those animals. He shared his opinion on Janice. Let's just say it's not exactly overwhelmingly positive.
Well, cranky old men don't tend to be very likable. Maybe if you don't get along with the elderly, stay away from a career where you make personal house calls for them.
Alright, but yeah, I did enable, I have that other island unlocked as well. I cannot really quickly find it now, I'm sure. Or can I? No. Wait. Let me quickly look that up online.
You know my family's kind of descended from him, right? On my mom's dad's side. They even have this old snuff box of his. A few, actually. He, really liked his snuff, I guess.
Ambrose Islands. So that is also something that we will be playing later on. It's a DLC map. I'm not sure whether that's Hitman 2. I think that may be Hitman 3 or 1. 1 second. Let's quickly check that. Ambrose, because I think Haven Island and New York are DLC for Hitman 2. It's Hitman 3 DLC. Anywho, I do have to shortly end the episodes because we are already over the 45-minute marker. Just very briefly checking it out. So that house, that guy is an enforcer. This is, I think, the house of Janus, because I see cameras, at least on the side. I saw one. Any more? I don't even see that many. Yes, over there is a camera. And then we have a house over here. We already checked it out, nothing there. And then, we do have a garden. This is also one of the houses that we can just fully explore. We will do that later. Nice powers. Welcome to Whittleton Creek, home of the Fighting Pikes. Helen's Muffin's Kitchen. Canberra Realty for sale, Whittleton Creek 433. Alright, Pikes football schedule. Alright, then you have a little schedule. So that was that flag over there with the fish icon. That's their football team apparently. Let's check out the statue. Examine. In honor of West, this monument is raised in honor of Jonathan West, who braved the elements and brought lumber from near and far during the worst winter ever in Whittleton Creek. He kept many families warm and saved the entire community through his valiant efforts. We, the people, honor you forever. Pretty fun little tidbit. Find clues. We need to locate the Constance. And Janus is our only lead. We have reason to believe the two are still in contact, but we need more information to achieve our goal. Confirm an existing connection between Janus and the Constance. Reveal a date they would meet.
Do I know him?
You can only examine that guy once. Jonathan West was his name. Ah, you see over there the nurse. And that's indeed Janus's house over there, because that's the bodyguard with the red shirt. And you can get in there as a nurse, I'm pretty sure. That seems to be a pretty easy kill, by the way. Just dress up as a nurse and take him out. But this level, I think it's also more about finding clues. Crowbar always handy. Man, I'm so bummed out. Again, sometimes these reflections, I don't know. It's a bit buggy. But I really wish that I had more time. Open body dome. Alright, so you can also hide bodies in manholes. I'm not going to do it because probably I will not kill non-targets. Never do that. And probably they will not die if you put a body in there, but realistically, if there would be water in there, I would say you do kill targets if you dump them in.
Every time he sees me, he comes out and wants to talk.
In a
The
sewer.
problem is he just won't shut up. Always ranting about that damn lawsuit against Janus and waving piles of paper at me, as if I give a rat's ass about their problems. Let the judge sort it out. What do I want?
A
I
lawsuit
want you to
between
talk to
Janus
Master
and a
and
local
tell
resident.
him to get
Might
me
be
off.
just what we're looking for.
I want added pay for this.
Batty
I want
lives in
Batty
number
to disappear.
432.
Just pick one. All right, Doc. Sorry, I'm just stressing out here. Okay, please do what you can. All right. Yeah, I'll talk later.
I do have to say that there's a lot of security around this place, or police, for a quiet suburb. Anywho, I'm probably not going to hide bodies in these manholes, just as role-playing. Even if they would stay alive, feels a bit unnatural. Or maybe I will, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Here, check out how many police dudes there are. Alright, not sure where we are now. There's a construction site. Check out the outside of it. I do remember this from 2 years ago, that there was shrubbery indeed. But I must say, it looks much nicer than I remember. Maybe that's also because of the Hitman 3 paint of coat of paint that's being put onto it. Only these car lights, rear lights are done terrible. And that's really always a thing that I notice in games or check in games. How well are car lights handled? Because almost always it's an afterthought. Like these are also terrible. There's no reflective plastic or glass cover on it, or transparent. And this one, they are fully opaque. So, and it's something that, yeah, there are not that many cars in this level, but doing it wrong really, because it's such a common thing in real life, that it really stands out if it's not done reasonably well, in my view.
Right? Yeah. So I let him use the green shipping container to store some chemicals. I asked him if it was poisonous, but he assured me that it was only a sleeping agent. Get this, he told me that he doesn't kill the bugs, he only sedates them so that he can set them free later.
Let me get this straight. He's an exterminator who cares about the lives of insects. What a weirdo.
I thought so too. But then, he told me this story about his pet cockroach, Pedro. It was genuinely a touching story. His parents were poor and couldn't afford to buy him a dog, but he found this cockroach in his room one day, and he took care of it. Pedro lived in a shoebox, and he even made a little leash for him so he could take him walking. They did everything together, until one day, he heard his mother scream from the kitchen, where he had left his pet while he went to the bathroom. He rushed to the kitchen, where he found Pedro, pierced, under one of his mom's stilettos.
Oh, great! Now I feel bad for all the roaches I've stepped on.
Alright, pretty funny story. So there is a sleeping agent somewhere in a green container. Could that be this container? Nope. But man, my first impression is amazing for this game, or for this level. Really looking forward. But guys, I have to end the episode here, unfortunately. Real life is calling, otherwise I would have played it through all in one sitting. I am fully capable and willing of doing that, or actually would like to do that myself. But yeah, unfortunately reality hits, and I have to end the episode here. We'll continue in the next one. Guys, hope you enjoyed. I hope to see you there. For the meantime, don't forget, always do keep on gaming. Later.